Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Muriken, and I'm gonna show you about my numerical method learning, which mainly talk about curve fitting in this video. Uh, I think it's better to get a pre-understanding before we go further to the curve fitting material. Uh, There are two kinds of quantitative data, which are discrete and continuous data. Discrete data is basically a point data. Example, when we say an x is consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a discrete data because we have here 5 points of data which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, While the continuous data is in form of range and function. Example, when we say the range of x is observed is 1 until 5, the x data will exist on 1, 1.01, 1.001, 1.00001, and etc. until we get the 5. So it is unlimited points inside the range from 1 to 5, so it has unlimited of x data inside. So what is the purpose of the curve fitting? By gathering the x and y data of the several points, discrete points for exactly, uh, curve fitting is able to get the relation between the x and y in the form of equation. uh, So if we have a x array of data, and then we have y array of data, we can find how the relation, how can the x is transformed into y. So if we have x is 1, let's say we have x1, 2, 3, 4, and the y is about 2, 4, 6, and 8. So the relation between these two is dy equals to 2x, just like that. So the relation is uh, the y, y equals or is 2 times of x, something like that. This is the relation. Or when we say the y is 2x plus 3 and so on, it's also the relation between those two. The equation then can be used to approximate the any value of y as a function of x data. So if we have firstly we have just these data to four points of x and 4 points of y, but because we do a curve fitting, we get this equation. We get this equation without 3. We get this equation y equals to 2x. So with this equation, we can approximate any other value that we have not already discovered for that yet. So for example, here I don't know how much is x. I don't know how much y for x 1.001, for example. With this equation, the relationship equation, we know that dy for this x data is about 2.002, something like that. With this equation, we transform the discrete data given into the continuous data, which are used to approximate any value of the x as a function of x, something like that. Next, for example, we have data gathered like this. We have data gathered like this. Uh, it's a scattered data, which are uh, which consists of the x of the population data as the x, and the employed uh, people as the y. So we want to see how much how the relation between those two to predict the unknown value for for other value. So by doing curve fitting can predict, yeah, predict uh, for example, with linear regression we have this line as a linear equation uh, representing the other value of the data, while we if we double it into the quadratic regression, we have like this. And when we step further to into the, let's say, of fifth order. Okay, the linear one is first order, the quadratic is the second order, and here we have the fifth order, which it more representative. It is more representative uh, to the exact data, just like that, or the true value. So the greater the order, the more it is, the more the equation represents the true value, something like, because the deviation is much more uh smaller, something like that. Okay, uh let's take a look to the programming sketch. We're gonna use Python for this. First of all, we're gonna use the first order. Uh, with this programming, we take a NumPy library, pandas, SciPy, and a Matplotlib. NumPy for arranging the data. NumPy especially for in processing the data, which particularly to the numerical method. And pandas is for the higher level, some kind of like scientific, and SciPy is also some kind of like pandas as well. Um, and the matplotlib is to plotting the the result. Okay. So here, uh, first of all, we have to install this library, and then we call it in the sketch. Then we make the definition of the we make the true objective function as our 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 objective, and then we get the data from the URL through this. Mention the URL, and then building the data frame using a read CSV with no header. Then and then uh, we assign the data that we want to construct. Yeah, construct which are the x and which are the dy. Okay. If we see this data in the internet, it's in CSV extension, which are like this, comma separated value. Yeah. Uh, if it said is the data is on the column 4, yeah, this is about column 4, while the row is uh, fluctuative or adapting. the data assigned for the x is on the column 4, and the y data is on -1. -1 means that it it is one column shorted from the back, shorted from the back. If it's 4, it means that, sorry, it's not the fourth column, but it's fifth column, because for the positive indexing, the Python starts from 0. So the column 1 assigned as 0, the column 2 assigned as first, as the 1, column 3 assigned as 2, and so on and so on. So when you see is the index is about 4, so it means that the uh, represent is column represented is the column 5. It's like so. uh Maybe it's a little bit not it's a little bit not comfortable to see the data in CSV format. We can see that in this table, we have that this is the column 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, starts from here. Sorry, we get column 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Now here, uh, as we know, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. But for indexing, this is not like this. This is start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because population is become the x, so we assign in the code that the x is on uh, on the fourth column. And -1, it means that it starts from it is the first column from the back. So it's the first column from the back, -1. Well, if from the back, I will assign it like this: -1, this is -2, this is -3, then is -4, and so on and so on. Something like that. So uh after we assign, we doing the curve fitting by assigning the properties to the curve fit function from the SciPy optimize, uh, which we put the properties on the objective, and it adapting from the x and y. Uh, After that, we can print it, and then we scatter it and see, uh, and we can plot it, which we we can arrange it uh, from the minimum to maximum, and it will be given the increment about 1, incrementation about 1, something like that. And the y is constructed from the objective, which the domain is the x line, and the minimum value is the a, then maximum value is the b. So, and then we plot it in the pie plot, or the matplotlib. The in the matplotlib, we say that the domain is about in an x line, and the codomain is on the y line. Then we make the graph for the representation equation using this double dash, and we give the color about red, the color red, and then we show it. Okay, after we make it, we can run it using this. So it appears. For the second order, we just have to change the equation here, which second order means we have the higher uh, polynomial of x in 2, like this, and then we add more coefficient like c, and we add the properties as well in here, ABC, to be summarized parameter values in curve fitting, and then we got the more representative equation like this. We will know the equation from this. This is from before, from the first order, and this is for the second order. This from second order. And how about I step up further to the fifth order by using the same data, but we will construct the more higher polynomial of x, power of x, like this. So we got like this. A second. Oh, still running. I have to close it. Okay, we got this. Bit more representative from the, but we can go further, like mixing with the trigonometry to do that, like so, uh like this thing. In the objective, uh we can put sinus in here, and we see how well it works like that. It closer to the true value for representative, but it doesn't have to assign uh from the URL. You can use the array as well, using the NP array. For that, you can assign the numpy as NP, and then you make an array for the X and the Y data as the discrete data. Yeah, like that. After arraying, yeah, just like before, you assign all of this and then can run it. And something. Well, I think that's all from me. Sorry if I have not very good English speaking. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.